Good evening and Merry Christmas, everybody. Evening, Aurora. As you can see in the title, you know the plans. Oh, let me lower the music sounds. There you go. For some reason it was max sound. Yay. Also, my figurine arrived today, by the way. Let me show you. Yes, you will be healing issues. There you go, setting that back to normal. Let me grab him in his greatness. Look who I've gotten, yes. Nothing in the middle yet. I did get this in the middle though. Emmett Selk. He's rushing down from up high. The chat cover, yes. So shall we go get into the game then? Let's just keep us waiting. Let me log back in. I'm also eating ice cream. Come. Yeah, damn, it's by 19. But it's Pandæmonium evening, yes. No, not today. Tomorrow and Friday. We don't really celebrate Christmas Eve in the Netherlands. So yeah. You know what? I know what glam I need to use. Oh damn, where are they? Where have they gone? Oh yeah, wait. So sword is doing, yeah. So at least have you. Let me put on some like. Also, look at this glam. Look at how it looks. Honestly, I've outdone myself with this one. Just the color combination. This looks good as a glam, doesn't it? I didn't even keep an eye out on there. I just looked at the outfit. Oh my god. I just said it does actually. Holy shit. I like this one as well a lot. I like these boots more than the boots they usually give it. You know what? I'm gonna use this one for the dungeon. Let's go. Not dungeon, but I mean for the yes. So I am nearly there now. I have been leveling my mechanist, my say, and my Dark Knight a bit. So yeah. Nice. Entrance room. As you can see, I've got the Moon Ward stuff for now. Yes. But let's just get started right now. We need to talk to NemGG. Let's go. It appeared my calculations were correct. I knew that at this very spot I would encounter none other than Hero, the hero who saw us through the final days. So certain was I of my mat that I stood here for, well, let's not concern ourselves with that. I am NemGG, assistant to one of Professor Claudian. We work with the Aetoscope. The Aetiascope, I mean. To observe the ethereal sea and delve into its myriad mysteries. Some mysteries, though, are beyond even our capabilities to unravel. The strange crystal reef was recently discovered, for instance, defies our every conjecture. You've been to the center of the star and far beyond it. However, so we hope that you may see something in this crystal that we academics do not. I beg you lend us your well-traveled eye at Aporia. Professor Claudian will be eagerly awaiting your arrival. Okay, nice. Meanwhile, my goal is to go and do the Pandæmonium. Yes. So does anybody else have some nice Christmas? Do you have some nice Christmas plans for as such, Aurora? I need to calibrate. There you go. Claudian. Ah, fun. That's fun. God. I like how I positioned, literally, I love how I positioned my MXL statue. It looks like he's looking down on me. Greetings, Hero, and welcome to my humble laboratory. I'm sure NemGG has already told you plenty about us, but allow me to introduce myself personally. I'm Claudian, leader of this little research collective. I must admit, I have been researching about this meeting ever since NemGG set out to find you. For a researcher in my field, there is no greater honor than to to meet the first woman in history to traverse the ethereal sea and return to tell the tale. Yeah. But first, what do you mean first? Oh yeah, fair enough, fair enough. I must admit, I have been nervous about this meeting ever since NemGG set out to find you. For a researcher in my field, there is no greater honor than to meet the first... Okay, oh wait. I said that back. The professor speaks often and at length of your deeds, but he has no small number of achievements to his own name. He has peered deeper into the ethereal sea than any other in Charlian, and the breadth of his knowledge is peerless. Peerless, perhaps, but for a single woman, we must seize this precious opportunity to learn what we can from her. And perhaps crack this conundrum that has stunned the three of us for moons. It was we who peered into the fathomless sea from the anti-tower. In the Drafanian hinterlands, there we spoke with Idolin and learned of the fate that would have befallen this star the final days. Also, by the way, I've been reading of like the awesome old forum posts, by the way. Fair enough, fair enough. But also, I'm just saying this. I want to say this. I've been reading old forum posts, by the way, about the Endwalker story, 6.0 story. People are not happy with Svenat's choices and everything, and the cutscene. People are also, in my opinion, what I think is, first of all, for us to find the need to travel back in time, everything would have needed to happen normally. So without us going to Elpis. Think about it. Yeah, I'm not worried about the outro for now. But people are saying that the timeline is the same timeline as before the Elpis shenanigans. Honestly, no, it is not the same timeline. Yes, we went back in time, but this is, honestly, in my opinion, this is again like the first situation with Grahatia. Because the 8 Umbral Calamity timeline still exists. But it also means that the timeline before we went back in time also would exist. And would keep going. But this is just a new timeline. That's all I'm saying. It was we who yes. And learned of the fate that would befall the start of our days. Soon thereafter, all research was moved to Labyrinthos. And through the Aetiasco, we continue our vigil. As impressive a work as the device is, however, they can claim us with a fraction of the sea's infinite depths. Which brings us to the matter at hand. Not long after the Exodus was declared, we recovered an unusual crystal shard during a routine observation. It appeared before us suddenly, as if propelled to the surface by some unknown force. We found that it possessed an ethereal density that exceeds that of normal crystals by orders of magnitude. And it resembles nothing which occurs in the natural world. It was made, not for. Fortunately, that was the extent of the information we could glean before we were forced to return our focus to the Exodus. The crystal was nearly forgotten amidst the sudden upheaval. But thanks to the efforts of a certain someone, this crisis is now behind us, and we are free to resume our research. Yeah. Thus did we seek you out. The dauntless adventurer would delve into the unknown and beheld its innermost secrets. And now we would have you see for yourself. Here is a crystal in question. If it resembles art you have encountered before, even by the smallest degree, please say so. Show me the crystal, please. There's a crystal of the convocation of 14. I know someone who bears a similar crystal. After thought, you do know what this is. Please, tell me everything. Well, I bear it. This of the convocation of 14 of the Asians, of the ancients, actually. I see. The Asians use these to transfer their memories to new vessels. Fascinating indeed. It was plain that this crystal was special somehow, but this revelation surpasses even my considerable expectations. Similar artifacts have appeared throughout the ages. Memories of martial techniques manifested as crystalline shards on the battlefield, or storied stones passed down from master to student. A comparison between said artifacts and this crystal may prove a fruitful first step in unveiling its true nature. What do you think, Professor? Asian memories, windows through which we can gaze upon the convocation of 14. Like the crystal in Harrow's story, this one does not bear the mark of the convocation. Who then could these memories belong to? And more importantly, why were they stored in this particular shard? More importantly still, why was it set to drift on the ethereal sea? Professor Claudian. Yes? I'm well aware that contemplation is your key to breakthrough, but there is propriety to consider. With a guest, one you invited explicitly, must we do this every time? Yes. What? Yes, of course. I guess. I'm sorry. I do find myself. It is so easy to find myself unmoored by the ties of rumination. Don't worry about it. Perhaps more engaging use of your time with us would be for you to take up that crystal. If indeed there are memories stored within, they may reveal themselves to you upon contact. If anyone, message. Come. Pandæmonium. Please. Faces. Grave threat. Star. In danger. The expression does not bode well. What did you see? The Pandæmonium. Star in danger. Pandæmonium. This is not a word I've heard before. In my knowledge of the ancient tongue serves me well. It means all demons. Not the name that inspires optimism. All things considered. In the event that another star-shattering cataclysm is in fact bearing down upon us, I would have the aforementioned examples of crystallized memory to hand. Nemgigi, Rusano, I entrust their procurement to you. If there are any more memories to be extracted from this crystal, we will find them. As for you, Harrow, there is a person I would have you seek. The one who has delivered so dire a warning. Your story tells us that this crystal could very well have been made by one of the ancients. If that is the case, then discerning the true nature of this pandemonium would require a trip far into the past to an era before the Sundering. I know of only one individual capable of such a feat, the fairy hero who took the first time to prevent the world's doom. Yes. I must confess, the tales people of your adventure beggar belief. And their veracity has been a subject of much debate among my peers. After today's meeting, however, there can be no doubt in my mind that every incredible exploit is fact. So I ask you now, return to the past, find out what and where Pandæmonium is, and if you need to be concerned by this message. Leave it to me. Thank you. For the time being, if you keep the crystal in your possession, I do not think you have seen the last of its memories. And more may be drawn out as you approach their source. Safe travels, and maybe meet again soon to share our findings. Time to travel to the ocular. Also, let me ensure. Okay, I do need to get my fit then ready, I guess, because I am going there in team. Okay, how else can I? There we go. I'm now in team. This quest is from Dawn Trail, so I'm gonna ignore it. Also, by the way, I found out something else, by the way, about like Zedos. By the way, Zedos was got this like new middle name thingy, right? Apparently, in Latin, that middle name means traveler. Yes. Let's go to the Alcala. Let's go. I know. If receives this message. Come, Pandæmonium, quickly. We go quickly now. What? Did I get knocked out? Oh no, I didn't. I just fell, I guess. Evening, Hans. Merry Christmas, mate. Could it be? No, of course not. Apologies, but for the briefest moment, I thought you to be a dear friend of mine. I realize now that such a notion is preposterous. She told me a falling star would appear before me, and I suppose you must be it. Truth be told, I did not expect the expression to be so literal. Apologies for not introducing myself properly. My name is Timus. As you can see by my bare face, I'm not one of Elpis's observers. Rather, I come here on an assignment, which has been more or less routine up until this very moment. You certainly do know how to make an entrance. I must wonder, what brought you here? For this plane that you do not belong here, or any place I know for that matter. I am Azim's familiar. It appears my initial impression was not so preposterous after all. I did not know my friend had such a unique familiar at her disposal. If you are here at Azim's behest, then I believe I can hazard a guess as to your purpose. You are here to investigate Pandæmonium, yes? Yes. If so, we may be able to help one another, but first, might I trouble you to explain how you came to collide with my skull? I see, I believe that dispels any major doubts I had concerning your intentions. Apologies for being so intrusive, but you must understand this is an uncommon occurrence. I shall pry no further, for I am well aware that we all have secrets we must keep. However, if I may, I would very much like to take a look at this crystal of yours. They grab the right fucking crystal. Fascinating. While I cannot say much as to what it contains, it is clear that there are memories stirring within. Memories that speak of something gravely amiss in Pandæmonium. The facility extends beneath Elpis and is overseen by the words of La Habrea. It houses those creations that are highly valued as research subjects and highly dangerous to the star. Naturally, it is strictly guarded and under constant surveillance. Several days ago, however, a natural shift in the flow of its surrounding ether was detected. Soon thereafter, all communications from Pandæmonium ceased. I'm here as a representative of the organization that works directly with the convocation and have been tasked with investigating this incident. Okay. Now that there is some measure of transparency between us, might I offer a suggestion as to what we do next? During the course of your investigation, you may discover valuable artifacts. These can be exchanged for equipment by speaking with Mylene in Aporia or Jole in Ratsat Han. Where familiar is there. You dare? Yes, I dare. Now then, my proposal was a simple one. Let us journey to Pandæmonium together. Our destination is the same, and I suspect the arrangement would work to our mutual benefits. Besides, I have no trouble gaining us both access. I do hope you agree. I would be loath to part ways from the failing star I had been waiting waiting so long for. Originally, I had planned to conduct my investigations with the friend I mentioned earlier. She had also noticed the anomaly near Pandæmonium, so it only seemed natural that we should investigate it together. However, she eventually decided that it would be unwise for us both to go. If two members of our organization were seen poking our heads about restricted facilities, it could raise questions, you see. I decided to go alone, but she left me with these words: "Fear not, for in my absence a star shall fall before you." Though I could not comprehend her meaning at the time, I believe now I understand. She does have a way of being right about these things. Even so, her hints of what to come are generally more cryptic. I suppose I should have kept my gaze to the heavens. Suffice it to say that I'm grateful for your presence either way. As for the matter at hand, we must first gain permission from the words of La Habrea for entry into Pandæmonium. There ought to be a speaker waiting at Anagnorisis. Fuck! I fucked up! I forgot that now! Anagnorisis. There we go. Boom. Words of La Habrea, speaker. What a fascinating ataric signature. In accordance with the convocation's request, the two of you have been granted leave to observe the Pandæmonium. I shall register your ether for the records. From this point on, you may freely come and go to Pandæmonium as you please. Now, that was a painless process. I take this as a sign that we were meant to conduct the investigation together. Of course, while you have been permitted entry into the facility, the specimens housed inside must be handled with the utmost care. You're to heed the warden's instructions at all times. Those who conduct their work within Pandæmonium are called warders, for their role with respect to the creatures within. Generally, creations that pose a threat to the safety of the star must be undone. However, the words of La Habrea has deemed certain such creations as worthy of further study, interring them within the facility. Those who spend their days in Pandæmonium are not merely researchers. They must work tirelessly to ensure that none of their subjects slip their shackles. For all intents and purposes, the place is a dungeon. Perhaps such a comparison arouses frightful imagery, but Pandæmonium is a frightful place. I know not the purpose of your investigation, but if you discover aught that merits to report, pray do so with utmost haste. Master La Habrea shall guide us upon the proper course of action from there. Then I take it that that means you detected nothing amiss as of late. The warders have reported nothing that would cause alarm. Minor fluctuations in ether have been observed. But surely Master Lahabrea would have acted if there were anything worth worrying about. As it appears, Lahabrea is kept well abreast of the going-ons here then. I hope I'm not overstepping my boundaries by asking, but you seem to be quite familiar with Master Lahabrea. Do you know him? Know him? We've met. As I'm familiar, we would have had the honor to meet Master Lahabrea. He is not known to easily afford others his time, so he must be extraordinary. Indeed, to be granted even a moment of it. Regardless, while I doubt I need to tell you this, he is of the convocation. Take care that your actions do not hinder his work. And with that, we are free to make our way to Pandæmonium. The news that will take us there is on the eastern bank of Leet. Let us delay no further. Of Leety. Leet or Leety. That is that broken portal that nobody used. Miss. I had to contain my surprise for the sake of appearances. But is it true that you have met Lahabrea in the flesh? I find you more fascinating by the moment. Still, I shall refrain from asking too many questions. Secrets will make our journey all the more intriguing. We shall come to know each other in time, I wager, or else why would fate have orchestrated our meeting? In any case, let us be off. To be told, this will be my first time beholding the fabled Pandæmonium with my own eyes. Here's to a new adventure, eh? Yes. I have now entered Pandæmonium. This doesn't look ominous at all. Oh my god. It is much as I've feared. The speaker seemed in such high spirits that for a moment I thought the irregularity not nearly so grave a portent as I had imagined. Alas, it was a fleeting and vain hope. To gaze upon this complex network of chains and bars, the untrained eye might not sense anything awry. No effort has been spared in making this place impenetrable. Even the finest of masterworks is not without its flaws, however. Someone or something is tampering with the protections. It is working from within, eroding them from the inside out. Fear not, there is no immediate danger. I've reinforced what the protections I could the moment we arrived. This will not put an end to whatever is occurring, but it shall at least serve to slow its progress. One small victory, though the road ahead of us is yet long. Yes, powerful forces are at work here. The silence in the air speaks volumes. Though I did not expect a bustling city, I see not a single warder. Our first course of action should be to seek one out, wherever they may be. However, there is something you must know. The magic I wove upon entering requires my constant awareness. That is to say, if you are forced to fight, I cannot risk joining you in battle. Should I lose focus, Pandæmonium, Pandæmonium's protections will rapidly crumble before the force assailing them. Were there another way, I would gladly choose it. But let us at least be grateful that neither of us here is alone, trapped in hopeless circumstances. If we should fail to find a peaceful solution, then I hope that I can rely on your strength to see us through. This request doesn't come as a surprise, to be honest. At least you received it with good humor. Rest assured, I do not mean to stand by idly while you risk life and limb. I hope to be able to lend you at least a touch of magical support. Yes, I am. Honestly, I fucking am. Have fun with the Latin lessons in chat. Creation magics do have their uses in that regard. I had it in mind to use your ether as a basis for illusionary allies and will fight at your side. Perhaps 7 shall do. Not exactly an army, but by the looks of you, a formidable band nonetheless. Then so shall it be. Now, what I wonder awaits us in Pandæmonium's pitiless halls. The first circuit is now available. Never! Aurora, are you ready? For Pandæmonium. I guess we queue now. Okay, you are ready. I'm going in team though. Yes, I'm gonna go with in team. Always this. Oh, waiting, of course. I gotta say for sure what awaits us. Let us make ready for the worst. And we shall not be taken by surprise. Pandæmonium. Ah. Wait a moment, does that mean I can just keep running over here? How far can I go? Oh? Oh my god, Ons, no. Bad Ons, bad Ons, oh my god. Pretty far. Oh my god. I'm wondering if anybody wants in as well. Otherwise, wants in too. It's taking too long. I want more. Fair enough. Give me more Pandæmonium. I love the music here though, and the vibes, the aesthetics. The world on some dirt. Question mark land, yay. You know what, while we're waiting on this, I'm gonna go over here and just keep exploring the entire area. I want to map everything out that I can fully. So time to fly around. Whispers sliding silent into the fun. I hear you, the journey is ever vivid to sight. The Machul has been fully explored. Let's go. Pandæmonium has also been fully explored. Garden Mall, yes. Defnair, not yet. Oh man, I have a feeling not many people are currently playing the game, I guess. Because of things like Christmas Eve and everything. Oh wait, I found something I could do while we were waiting. The Matonga along the way. Wait, that could already job then? This one was registered by a local fisherman asking for help with marauding monsters. Ordinarily, the Radiant host keeps the wildlife in check, but these days there just haven't been enough blades to spare. You'll want to speak with the fisherman himself for the details. I couldn't read the scroll he left for a name, but he's an Arcasadora, and should he be found fishing the waters from the western shore. Wait, another Matonga? Hello, you could always use more coin, yes? Because I could certainly benefit from your wise and experienced company. A fine pair of hunters we shall make. Come, let us speak with this Arcasodara fisherman. Honestly, I do hope he will grow and not be afraid any longer, you know, of the Arcasadora. Chapa. I must overcome this. I come to take care of the monsters, have you? About damn time. We're fine when we're out on the water, of course. But even a fisher needs to walk on land every now and then. Every now and again. And the trails grow more perilous by the day. I have managed to sneak through without a scratch so far. The friends of mine haven't been so fortunate. Talk to the others around here, they'll tell you. I might need your help with that, hero. Speaking with Arcasodara is still challenging for me. Should we do this together then? Yes. Fine. Good idea. You want to hear about the monsters? I saw 3 big roots on my way from the Akijali to you, Yetli Mutts. Never seen the like around these parts before. Attacked by the wildlife? Oh yes, while I was hauling a catch back to town, dropped the lot and fled for my life. The road should be safe enough, but now... You want the story? When I left Akjali the other day, I almost walked straight into a fiend with the tongue as large as my arm. Barely escaped being gobbled up on the spot. How many quests can we do before the first Pandæmonium? Yay. So, do you understand now why we had to send for help? I understand that you have a problem with a long-tongued bruise terrorizing your roads? Those creatures are what we call Pisaka. Without the army sending out regular patrols, it seems the inland monsters have begun expanding their territories. They have forgotten their fear of us, and that's when people start dying. I need you to remind them. Once you have found and slain these overly bold Pisaka, I ask that you bring me one of their carcasses. There's something I've been curious about. Very well. Let us make this contest, shall we? The first to topple a Pisaka is the victor. Never seen anyone so eager to throw ourselves headlong into a Pisaka's jaws. Shouldn't you be chasing after her? Leave it to me. Celebrate, Caronta, Fada, Lodon Tua, Lux, Periat, et spes in pulferum radiat, Quad surexit, quad food, freedom in Feniat. That's, oh wait. Freedom in Feniat sounds like a fucking Harry Potter spell. Oh my god. Oh wait. There's the there is, I see. Yes. Freedom in Veniato. That is, I guess, the platform. Here comes Santa Claus. Wait, what? Steam is down currently? It's still up though. Never mind, it's up again. I got it. Ha! First goes mine. Grandmother always said that the hunter should be swift, like a diving yawl. Would you mind tracking down the other two? Once they saw what I did to their friend, they fled to the northwest. I can haul this lump back to the beach while you finish the hunt. You would be alone with the Arca Sodara. Ha! But my fear of Matanga has begun the ebb somewhat. Now go before some other poor soul crosses spots with those monsters. Embrace. Sweet whisper, shining bright. Oh, let's go. Amor feniat ko aperiatua duo animi concordanzo si frontas estamborum aurora. I'll save them. I must. This appears to be one of the ones we seek, but I'm afraid he's in no state to answer questions. He said something I couldn't reach fully. Fuck. I guess I will just have to find a way to find it out, you know? Warder of the condemned, Erectonius. How does this one work? Oh, I got lucky, I guess. Holy shit. Recommend to the depths of chains. Oh, I got lucky again. You feel an overwhelming cold. So I have to go over here? Okay, now I need to switch. I can stay here now. I'm learning the... I'm proccing the mechanics pretty good on my side, I guess. Shining shells this time. I'm gonna do the other side. Okay, what does this mean? A the chain. Okay. Good to know. Hey, the flail. Okay, so I need to send him this one. I didn't notice it the first time. So now if he does... Okay, now I got on this one. There we go. Hey, the flail, so we go on this one again. them shut. GG. Ba-da-ba-da-bow. Leave duty time. Demus. There was a thrilling display, and if I may be so flaunting, the warriors I spun from your Aether fought even more splendidly than I had anticipated. I suppose they were cut from excellent cloth after all. We should wait until this man regains his senses. He wears the robes of a warrior, and I would be very curious to know what drove him to attack us sight unseen. Harrow, he stirs. He stirs now, does he? What came over me? It's coming back to me. My mind was filled with a storm of desperation, anger. I leapt at you, though I knew not of your intentions. Pray accept my apologies and my thanks. Had you not knocked some sense back into me, I may have fallen upon someone else as capable of defending themselves. I am Rectonius, a warder of Asphodelus, Pandæmonium's highest lair. At the place we're in now. One must wonder why you were so desperate to keep us out. What is happening in Pandæmonium? The creations interred within Asphodelus have been set free, and stalk its halls to no end with violence. Oh my god, no! For you a sword, like, there you go, problem solved. You said pick a target. I picked the target. The one who told me to cast the spell. You did this to yourself, Aurora. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. If you tell me to cast a spell, I will cast a fucking spell. If you tell me to target someone, I will target the one who asked me to give you the target. Just to cast a spell, by the way. I will always target the one who wants me to cast it. Yeah, to be careful, yeah. Now you got fucking wrecked, didn't you? That is not good, to say the least. Has this ever happened before? No, never. Each level Pandæmonium is in the charge of a keyword who keeps strict control over the most minute aspects of their domain. They are selected with great care, and their loyalty to Master Lahabre is absolute. Honestly, I should probably just wait, question. Did I mispronounce it? Imagine this will be the one I didn't fucking mispronounce. Oh my god, how? Oh. That is fucking funny. That is fucking hilarious. Yet something has gone terribly wrong. Try as we might to hold the line, the chaos within is overwhelming. I hardly realized that I had become separated from my colleagues. I remember a chorus of whispers assailing my senses, and afterwards only flashes of rage and fury, then blackness from which I awoke to find that whatever had overcome me was gone. No, I have not. Okay, wait, what is the spell to break it? I see, your senses have been muddled by magics that affect the mind, perhaps the self-same ones you... Ah. I will probably forget that I've ever got the spell anyway in a couple of days, so problem solved. If I don't remember it, problem is solved. Yes. I see. Your senses may have been muddled by magics that affect the mind. Perhaps the self-same ones that saw you separate from the other warders. No, I will get charged headlong into it once more. You know what? Here you go. Problem solved. Whatever had taken hold of me, thank you for releasing me from its clutches. That you have come here from the service must mean some word of plight has reached the outside world. If you know anything that may help, pray tell. That's how it works. You will never see my face anymore. Just kidding. Horror among horrors, so Pandæmonium's protections are indeed being dismantled from within. By the same individual or individuals that release as captives and set them upon you, no doubt. Such knowledge avails us little, however, if we cannot ascertain their identity. Themis, was it? You said you were for an organization under the auspices of the Convocation? Were they to receive out of what has transpired here, what measures would they take? Doubtless they would consider this place to be a lost cause. Pandæmonium's ties to the outside world would be severed, or perhaps it would be wiped from existence entirely. Oh, wait a moment. Wait a moment. I just listened. It is the will of both, it says. There is a caveat. The spell is probably not fucking active, Aurora. Problem fucking solved. The spell has an out. Yeah. I just reread it real quick. I just thought, Voluntas. Voluntary. There we go. That'll just say, yeah, okay. Ah. As I thought, were the creatures to escape into the outside world, there would be untold carnage. The words of La Habre would never risk that, despite what value the research subjects may hold. All the more... Sorry. All the more reason to work with haste. If we can't expect further help, then it falls upon me to save the others. I'll not leave them behind. You would go alone. I won't leave the other wardens to face certain doom. I know they would fight for survival even now. They wouldn't abandon their duty. They would see the creatures return to the cells at all costs. And so I must do the same, Timus. I know the request I'm about to make of you is a monumental one, but please say another word of this to the convocation until I've been given a chance to set things right. Ex umbris fulfo ex noctu oro adi me que inter ignem et paulus manus non vero non sanguine deliguo et verbo antiquo et nomine absconditor. What does this mean? What does this fucking mean? Wait, what is racist? Wait, what did I say? What did I fucking say? Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh no, I'm not fucked. I'm not fucked. I'm not fucked. It means something entirely different. I fucking googled it, okay? I just fucking googled it. I'm fucking safe. I'm safe. You fucking scared me just now, by the way. Holy shit. Yeah. I know. Oh my god. My god. You really guys got me. What the fuck? And then I hope it will be Emmett Self as an entity. Hi, entity. Forgive me my rudeness, Erectonius. But my decision cannot be swayed by emotion. You would only be consigning yourself to an early death. Strength of resolve alone cannot win in the face of overwhelming odds. Hey, Swords! Oh, but demons are fucking chill, though. See, the NT has arrived. Swordek has arrived. See? Swordek has the demon. No, just kidding. Demons of God are gonna eat you out like ice cream sandwiches. Fuck it. That being said, our investigation has only just begun. And we would be remiss to turn back ere we've made the exhaustive survey, so for the time being, there is slightly more than resolve to rely upon. No. You told me to cast a spell, I cast a spell. Not my fault you told me to cast a fucking lost spell, Aurora. So it is as much your responsibility as it is mine. You know what I would have done. You know my mother's operandi. Do you think I read the warning signs? How often do you read an entire TOS? Hey, she told me to cast it, I cast it. She can't complain about her being the target of it. If you tell me to give a target, to pick a target. Okay, let's go back. That being said, our investigation had only just begun. And we would be remiss to turn back ere we've made an exhaustive survey. So for the time being, there is slightly more than resolve to rely upon. I knew you would be all too eager to join us. And I love how Sword literally, how do you say it? I love how Sword isn't even phased by the spell selection, Aurora. Each moment since you fell from the skies has been more interesting than the last. More and more, you remind me of my dear friend. Don't worry about it, Sword. Which goes some way towards encouraging that this matter yet reach a satisfactory conclusion. So, you agree to help? Yes. For the moment, our goals align. The protective magics of the Pandæmonium yet hold. For the moment, time is in our favor. Let us proceed upon the course you and Hero have set us upon. Demas and Hero, yes? Thank you. The Wardens owe you a great debt already. You shall be glad to have someone familiar with Pandæmonium's halls by your side. A party of 3 is ever so much more entertaining than a party of 2, than a pair of 2. Now let us turn our attention to rescuing your colleagues. Perhaps it would be wise to approach the gates in case any have followed you out. But Sword, are you going to be in? Okay. Umbre, veteres audite vocem ex profundo noctic surgait, vinculis silente vos appello non carne non sanguins et feber. Apparate manate et iterum tacite. La Brea. So, I targeted La Brea, let's go. Did I target La Brea with the spell? Okay, Erectonius. Not a sound can be heard from within, which means neither creature nor water has made it this far. We should begin forming a plan to save them at once. Forgive me if I misunderstand. Do you mean to rescue the waters and creation's boats? Naturally, although they may be dangerous, they are valuable research subjects. I wouldn't see our labor, our untold hours of study go to waste. I dare say, La Brea would smile to hear you say such a thing. That is, if we had cause to report this incident to him. Somehow, I'm not sure his face is capable of such warmth. Oh, he's capable of smiling. Ah, so you've met him before. I was under the impression he rarely visited Pandæmonium. I have, yes. My mentor was the previous head of this facility. That is to say, La Brea's predecessor in the position of chief keyword. Her name was Athena, and she was a researcher with the words. It was she who appointed me to this position, in fact. I see, I did not know there was a chief keyword before La Brea. Your motivation to save your research subjects is not entirely driven by duty to the words, and you wish to also preserve the work of your mentor. You're right, you've the right of it. I'm lacking in ideas of how to go about that. However, I am a mere warder and cannot wield intermittent magics. Ah, but of course, I can hardly expect you to be well versed in the magics we use here. If you recall during a battle earlier, I bound you in ethereal shackles. Interment is a more refined and powerful magic based upon the same principles. Well, both are used to keep our subjects docile. Only the keywords of each tier is permitted to use intermittent. I keep saying intermittent. Is it Cthulhu? If it isn't summoning Cthulhu, then I'm not interested. Or I'm a Telk. Otherwise, not interested. Now both are used to keep our subjects docile. Only the keyword. Yes, we already said that. Even if I weren't allowed, I lack the aptitude to use the spell to any notable effect. Fascinating. Fascinating. I have some knowledge of these forms of spellcraft actually. Laharbre himself established their foundation, if I recall. While the shackles are meant to bind an object in place for a short time, Interment freezes the very space around it for as long as the caster will sit. Indeed, while the illusory being you summoned in our fight suggested as much, I see your knowledge of magic is vast. Perhaps you've already mastered the art of interment, and I've been lecturing you like a child all this time. I'm afraid my knowledge ends there. I have not the precise setting of down implications. Interact with natural laws that would be needed to cast spells with any consistency. While I consider myself well versed in various magics, it would be ill-advised to assume the duties of a keeper without instruction. That being said, if I were to learn more interment than its inner workings, perhaps. Leave the fighting to me, you two can figure out the rest. I dare say we can do just that. Erichtonios, you imply that we prevented you from performing interment was lacking of magical capacity. What if I supplemented your power with my own? Would the spell succeed then? I can't say for certain. I've never heard of such a thing being done before. I believe it may be our best recourse. That is, of course, assuming you can perform the ritual initial rites and incantations flawlessly. Even the smallest misstep, and we would have to start over. You needn't worry about that. I've seen the spells cast so many times that the emotions have been burned into my memory. I won't disappoint. Very well then. Let us walk out the specifics afterwards. Once we do, we can test out our methods on one of the escaped creatures. Though I suppose there is the matter of finding one. It will be foolish to rush in blindly, lest we find ourselves surrounded with naught but an untested stratagem at our disposal. Nay, I would prefer to engage a single creature that Hero could dispatch of her own if the spell were to go awry. I agree. I may have fuck. I agree, and I may have an idea in that regard. I recall seeing the hippocampus wandering the waterway during my flight. Perhaps it's still there. A few of the subjects housed within Asphodelos are fond of water, and I believe we'll be able to engage the beast without fear of an unwanted guest. Then that shall be our first target, or perhaps subject. It's a better term. Before we commence with the intermittent magics, the creature should be weakened to a sufficient degree. I believe I can trust you with that task. Leave it to me. That's the best voice ever. Why am I so tired right now? What the fuck? As a Pandæmonium server, once you have given it a thorough trouncing, we shall bind this hippocampus with the keywords magic, and my illusions shall fight by your side. The hippocampus will be alone, but it's daunting our opponent nonetheless. Its magic warps and environment surround it, and it will be home amidst the waterways. Steal yourself for a fight. Ah. Next, wait, unlock it. The second circle is now accessible. Yeah. But let's work. You in? Get in the party. We will be entering it shortly. Alright, yes, let's go. You're not healing this one? How weak of you. Okay, while we wait, I'm gonna go back to Tefnair. I'll be right back as well. I'm gonna grab the drink. Watch out, man! He's casting spells! She is casting spells. Oh, for fuck's sake! The DPS curse has caught up to me. Oh, I found a hunt train going on in Tefnair, by the way. That's a great work. There you go, grab a drink and we get a fucking cube pop. Oh my god, I'm fucking idiot. Ah, there you are. Your friend is stronger than she looks. We had to load the carcass onto a boat to carry it away. Out of the Pisaka's packmates. Did you find them? They're dead. Next up, the 18.3, 23.2. Pino Eto Invoca La Talent Khalit. Lost even true reveal. Go on and hide. Also, by the way, remember. Both slain then, that is good. Of course, he slew them. Songs of heroes, these are sung across the steppe. My aching arms would like to know why you wanted to remain so. Why else, to make use of its parts, the scales can be spun into silver. And the meat will fill our pots. The bones and teeth we can craft into hooks and other tools. They kill nothing for the sake of killing. Even murderous monsters. The 2 bodies you left behind will serve as a warning to others of their kind. If it keeps them away, then no more blood needs to be shed. It seems that tribes share similar customs when it comes to using every part of the kill. As grandmother always said, be not wasteful of the lives you take to sustain your own. You are so very different from your kin, the Gajasura. Oh, so that's why you've been avoiding my gaze. If your only experience with Matanga has been our brutal cousins, then you'll find the Arkasodara an agreeable lot by comparison. Might even make a few friends, eh? Here's your payment, and well earned, I'd say. Have a nice eve, Ans. Another job finished. We should report to Kankana that she might strike it from our list. Let me know when you're done basking in the success of our hunt, and we can return to Yetlimat. Ready then? I've been counting the contents of my current purse. I have enough to buy passage on a ship, but as for food and other supplies, well, I would feel more comfortable with the pay from one more job weighing down my belt. You can see me through just one more, yes? At the very least, let us make our report to Kankara and ask what else she has on other. Come, show me how you fleet of foot you are, champion. Bodam Nuktum. Good day, Duxmoda. Okay. Hero, safely back from work on the shore, I see. But where's Ogul? Let's go! Full party! Is that... Mythic creation, the hippocampus. Oh god, we have 2 sages. Broken cataracts. But for fuck's sake. How does everyone walk? Murky Death, okay, for Murky Death set up on top of these platforms. That I at least know. Sewage deluge. The sluices are beginning to overflow, okay. Oopsie. Totally didn't try to kill you though. Mark of Prey? How does this one work? The severed head appears, okay. So that's gonna be dangerous. Yeah. Now we've got to keep an eye out. Alright, see? Those are beginning to overflow again. We're winning this battle. How the fuck does that? How the fuck do I get this one? Woo, hoo, hoo, hoo. Okay, like that. So I have to. Oh, yes, I made it in time. Have a nice holiday. Nice. Okay, good to know. I knew that you were no mere mercenary, but to make such clean work of the hippocampus, seasoned fighters scarcely have occasion to visit Pandæmonium, let alone display the skills. Mastery takes all forms, indeed. Needless to say, our plan worked to perfection, in no small part thanks to you two. Demus's power was more than enough to complete the interment. Spell casting was never my strong suit, but that almost made me feel like a proper Magus. Truly? Having seen your abilities firsthand in your private hero, I beg to disagree. Shackles is the one exception, and this only because I have been forced to practice it since I was but a small child. Other magics leave me feeling completely out of my depth. Regardless, it seems luck is on my side to guide me to you. We may prove impossible after all. Our success in seeing away the hippocampus is certainly heartening. The fact that we have yet to see any other warders concerns me. I need to actually really know the Pandæmonium raid series spot, you know. I need to say to which one. Oh, I should know to which one I can play. It's going well. How about you? Also, Merry Christmas. The keyword of Asphodelos is nothing if not cautious. Doubtless he has gathered what warders he could and retreated to a safe area. Let us hope so. It occurs to me that I know little of the keywords besides their magical prowess. Is there art more you can share? Of course, a man named Hesperos is in charge of Asphodelos. Not only does he have thorough knowledge of the creatures here, but he takes great pains to be a mentor to each of the warders under his charge. He has done much to ensure that I flourished here, in spite of my ineptitude at magic, and I have always known him to be the sort of man who faces difficult decisions with unwavering composure. Furthermore, keywords are not only masters of the interment, they can also bend the hallways of Pandæmonium to their will with creation magics. With all this in mind, I'm certain that as long as Asperos Swordek, I thought we ended the Latin lessons for today. The Latin remember, English in chat only. I permitted the Latin because Latin is honestly interesting. But this... Okay, with Hesperus guides them, the other orders are safe. Yes, no ancient 8 and N. I can see why absolute control over the environment is imperative. As we faced the hippocampus upon arid sands instead of the waterways, I suspect the battle would have ended more quickly. In any case, if this Hesperos is escapable and carrying, as you say, we would do well to seek him out as soon as we can. He has not taken your colleagues to a secure location. Okay, I need to go who wars the warders. That is the final... Okay, good to know. The safest place would be the innermost circle of Asphodelos. From there, they could flee to Abyssos if hard pressed. Oh, nice. Nice. I still need to fish, Kong. Even should they have sought safe haven within our circles. Within the other circles, if we make for the fort, we ought to encounter them on the way. Indeed, and we shall gain a comprehensive understanding of the situation within Asphodelos, which will be essential in determining whether we ought to continue down to Abyssos. The rub, of course, is that I myself possess no power to bend the circles to my will. Instead, we must proceed through the central corridor, which was bought by the Phoenix. Last I checked. Phoenix. I have heard that name before. A fiery bird with life eternal. A phoenix. Wait. Dude, they did say Phoenix instead of Phoenix. Nice. God damn. But I have a feeling this is a fucking Phoenix. Beyond unquenchable brilliance, the perfected concept boasts nigh boundless restorative powers. If I recall, truly an exemplary feat of creation magics. Perfection is ever built on the back of failure. However, and Reyes suffered countless missteps during his experiments. And he was hardly the only one. This Phoenix will be but one of many attempts at the concept gone awry. Aye, far from evoking wonder, our Phoenix is a creature of fury and wrath, and seeks only to turn the world to ash. Thus was it confined within Pandæmonium. Development of the concept continued elsewhere, but as the moons turned, more and more researchers abandoned the project as an impossibility, save for La Habrea and his words. When I had received word that at long last La Habrea has succeeded, where so many others had failed, I was nearly overcome. Pray tell, how did the warders of Pandæmonium celebrate their master's accomplishment? I don't believe we did. The research of the words of the library has little consequence to our work here. Today, for those rare times, it charges us with a new specimen. To be told, I don't remember anyone making note of the occasion. There's enough reminiscing. We must make ready to confront the Phoenix. Well, it's possible that it flew off to some other wing of the Pandæmonium. We would make that assumption at our own peril. But to assume that we'll need to bring Asphodalus' most unruly subject to heal. I certainly see no reason to delay. The Phoenix's power over flame will fill it far less in a barren corridor than elsewhere. So it may well serve us to subdue it sooner rather than later. Let's go! Let's get 4th degree burns, chat, let's go! I mean, 2nd degree, 3rd degree, 1st degree burns. Look out of here, look out this window. There's Phoenix. What? It seems whoever is behind this can alter the space around the citadel. We face an uphill battle. Impossible. If those were creation magics at work, then that means let us confront this reality after we have conquered the enemy in front of us. Every drop of our focus shall be required if we are to inter the Phoenix. Asphodalus, the 3rd circle, now accessible. Ready? Alright, you can do crafting in your own time. Just kidding. I'll wait the queue. Let's go T1. With the Matanga over here. Can I? Let's speak. Yes. Harold, safely back from your work on the shore, I see. But where is so cool? A coin purse? Some slippery son of a soul snatched it from me. resignation, please. I lost sight of him in the market, along with all my worldly wealth. However, I was to pay for lodgings or foods. Already my early cries in protest. Oh, you poor thing. And after all the good work you've done for us, you will stay with me tonight. I insist. You would take me in? That's all for that. You look me right in the eye. Finally warming us up to us, Arkasodara, are you? I can barely see you through the tears, but yes, maybe now I can stand to be in the same room as I'm a Tonga. Some of them anyway. I'm glad to hear it. Here, and I'll lend you a few coins as well. We can't have you running around without a guild to your name. Thank you. In fact, why don't we head to my house now? We can fill that complaining belly of yours. You're more than welcome to join us, hero. Oh, I got a Google notification. Let me see. What was the notification for? Ah, it was nothing much. Why the fuck do I even get... I'm not gonna bother with it. Oh, Hera, something terrible has happened. I have been robbed as we saw a boy jumping out the window as we approached. And when I looked inside, all my belongings had been turned inside out. Oko set off in pursuit of the thief, but hasn't returned. Do you think you get shop with her and see if everything is alright? I'll lock up here. And you can be back at my offices when you found her. Young, I lost him again. I swear, it was that same Huron boy who made off with my coin purse. His size, his clothing, it all matches. I was willing to cut my losses and earn my ordeal, but this is an insult to my host. It will not stand. Grandmother always said to repay one's favors, and by the dust mother, I mean to do just that. Will you help me find justice for Kankana? Yes. Then we stop asking around for more information. I have a feeling we're not the only one who have fallen foul of this thieving urchin. The swifter we act, the better our chances, yes? I say we split up and gather what clues we can. Then meet back at Kana's offices. Damn. To enter your satchel right now. Zade. That's the second time I met you, but I hear the thief you're looking for is barely more than a child. That isn't it. How terrible things must have become for a young boy is forced into a life of crime just to survive. Still, this is a good thing, though. It was another robbery. I wonder if that's the same boy I found in my house the other day. He yelled that he was sorry, and when I saw the desperation on his face, I didn't have the heart to chase after him. Up the... Within the direction of pickpocketing. Oh yes, I've heard several stories. They say it's likely to work with the same criminal. Oh, champion, what have we discovered? So our tale was a familiar one, and what I heard from the local children was even more disturbing. They tell me a stranger approached them with a promise of work and easy going. I have no proof this other is connected with the recent robberies, but it does seem suspicious. And if this stranger was truly is recruiting young ones to steal for him, then he is the one I would punish for these crimes. We need to just find him first. Rat's 10 is closing its gate, left many struggling to make a living. And the appearance of that ghastly tower sparked a chain of events that still has the radiant hole spread too thin on too many fronts. Under the circumstances, a rising crime is to be expected. We are fortunate then to have two of you here to be on behalf of our lawkeepers, so please accept this as payment. We cannot expect you to work on an empty stomach. Come on! Pop, please. Pop Q, please. The hunt begins anew. Come, we must track them down. Indeed, we need to track them down. Come, we must track down the ones behind all this. But we're not still not sure if this stranger is actually involved in the robberies, let alone where to start looking for him. There's a simple way to find out. We'll lure the boy thief into stealing from me again. If what we suspect is true, then he will likely have taken any ill-gotten gains directly to his patron. So I will play the part of an unguarded traveler, flaunting a heavy purse or some such. Oh, you keep watch for the little pickpocket and be ready to follow him when he makes his move. Should he lead you to some shadowy figure, then I want you to herd them both to the west. I will circle around and be lying in wait to spring an ambush. That's really clever, Ogul. I'm impressed. Grandmother always said, if you want to catch the big fish, don't spare the bait. The same idea applies to slippery criminals. Right then, let us take our places. The town square to wait up for a quarry. Yes. Let's go! Pandæmonium time again! Yay! Oh, that sounded too exciting. The world untended. As for Delos, the third circle. Meta creation, the Phoenix. It has 3 heads. Oh shit, that was too fast. How do I fight that? Oh, I did it right, I guess. Or not. Shit. How the fuck do I proc this one? There we go. That rebirth? What? How do I know what he is doing? Nice. Somehow survived that. Fire is consuming the field. I survived it, nice. There we go. Have a nice holiday, y'all. Let's go. Honestly, only one dead, that's solid for me. With that, the Phoenix is shackled once more. However, there is yet the matter of this arena. As you've told us, there is but one person is in Asphodelos, with ability to and authority to wield such magics. So, fortunately, it appears he has saved us the trouble of finding him. A contemptible display, as befits an inferior specimen. Even so, I expected it would at least allay your fans. Imagine my surprise when I saw the chains of Interman drag the phoenix back into its cage. Either the bird is even more of a failure than its creators care to admit, or you are no mean trespassers. I had hoped our suspicions were misplaced, but alas. Keywords has perils. Why? Why have you brought such chaos to your beloved Pandæmonium? Pandæmonium, pitiless, impenetrable, and utterly steadfast, unlike those charged with its keeping. What has possessed you? I don't understand. Oh, Erectonios. Must you pester me with such inane questions? Think for yourselves. Surely you can muster a theory or two with that dim wit of yours. But again, you've never been one for insight. Why? Master La Habrea suffers your mediocrity. I shall never understand. You may look like him, but you're not as Peros. I know something has warped you too from the inside out. The keyword I knew had compassion for all those under his charge, be they clad in robes or shackled in chains. Was that all a farce? Did you hide your contempt for us all these years? Those who are content to merely glimpse the water surface are doomed to be dragged into its depths. You prove my opinion of you with every word. My mind is clearer than it has ever been. Even now, seeing you feebly grasp for answers makes the bow rise in my throat. Such wasted potential. To be the son of to Master La Habrea, yet no more skilled with magic than a newborn babe. But of course, it's always about La Habrea. Silence, you are not worthy to utter his name. For once, be grateful to witness a feat beyond your meager abilities. Beyond your shallow reckoning, I have slipped the surly bonds of mortality. I have become one with our mythic creations, and rid myself of imperfections. I have stand upon the threshold of godhood. As a Habitios, do I serve Master La Habrea, ever faithful unto the end of days. And he shall require no water. I think not. Oh? I am so blind by arrogance that you have lost sight of what it means to serve. Electronius is more capable than you could ever know. It was thanks to his instruction that I was able to master the art of interment. Both how to wield it and how to break free of it. Harold, let us quit this place. Whatever poisonous corrupted Hesperos' mind, it is plain his powers far eclipses our own. He must have time to gather our strength. Nice wrestling. For weaklings though they may be, it takes a singular aptitude to master interment so quickly. To say nothing of how swiftly that familiar late load of phoenix. Regardless, their noble aims will be their undoing. Whether they will fritter away their strength in calming the beasts of Asphodelos. Actium of work. Even should they survive long enough to reach the heart of my domain. Not sure waiting but doom! I eagerly await your arrival, Erectonius. Even dullards have their uses. He got corrupted. Damn. My darkest suspicions have been realized. If we face the keyword of Asphodelos himself. More than that revelation, however, Erectonius worries me. He loved Hesperus for his compassion, but received naught but scorn from whatever the keyword has become. He has said little since our return. I only hope that the shock of recent events does not prove to be a death knell for its resolve. Much as I am loath to disturb Erectonius so soon after what has just occurred, I'm afraid circumstances do not afford us the harmless luxury of time. Perhaps it will do him well to speak about recent events concerning both the keyword and his father. There you go, the last quest I can do of Pandæmonium until patch 6.2, by the way. The creation of the wall which surrounds Pandæmonium was an astounding feat of magical prowess. A feat accomplished by none other than La Habrea. That both my father and I can bind others in chains is perhaps the only thing we have in common. Ah, so it is true. I am La Habrea's son. Bereft of his talent for magics or his brilliant mind, but his son nonetheless. Surely this doesn't come entirely as a surprise to you. Nay, I had an inkling when you said you practiced aetherial shackles since childhood. Assuming you haven't been employed here quite that long, that indicates long-held connection with Labra. Also, hi DG, thank you for the raid. Welcome, welcome raiders, welcome. I'll watch your stream. I like that. I like that gem emote. How was your stream, DG? Sword, could you give DG a shout out, please? Ah, Vow Legion, nice. Even though I have no clue what Vow Legion is. First, welcome raiders. I am Hero Kudaris. I am your friendly Dutch VTuber that like sci-fi and fantasy, and it's totally addicted to the science fantasy that is Final Fantasy 14. Currently doing the, as you can see, Pandæmonium Part 1. Currently about to unlock the 4th circle, if I'm correct. And that will be the last circle I will be able to do until 6.2. So yes. Ah, nice. That is very amazing. No. Meanwhile, I'm also doing side content, and also Merry Christmas Eve to everyone here. For those that celebrate Christmas Eve. Ah. But yeah, I'm having fun with Pandæmonium at least. And it's honestly very fun. doing this story for the first time and everything. Just imagining, I have started Endwalker like 13 days ago. Or at least 13 streams ago. Let's just say it like that, shall we? And I'm nearly done with all the side content for 6.0. I guess soon I will go start 6.1, I guess. Yay. Oh, the deep dungeon. I need to start the deep dungeon too. I can do that maybe Saturday, yeah. I wish I can probably stream as well during in the evening of Christmas, but otherwise not really. But yeah, let's continue on. Nee, I hadn't. Okay, but was I? Nee, I had an inkling when you. Oh wait, I already said this line. Next line. It was La Habrea that taught me how to cast ethereal shackles, but that was it. My further education was overseen by the words of La Habrea. More specifically, my mother was also a researcher here. You did speak of Athena, chief keyword before La Habrea. She is your mother, yes? Damn, La Habrea got game. How astute. I can see now why you were chosen to lead this investigation. You have the right of it. Athena was my mother, and it was she who invited me to join her here. La Habrea had nothing to do with it. I see there is little love lost between you two. What I cannot see is why La Habrea was appointed chief keyword when another was already in place. Was in place. My mother is no longer with us. I'm gonna go watch the new Avatar movie. I'm gonna see the new Avatar movie on Friday in the cinema with my family, and a lot of like a lot of gourmet. Yes, gourmet. And maybe some and just some good times, lots of good foods and everything, yeah. 2 days of gourmet, yay. Very delicious and din-dins. And maybe I can squeeze in a stream before we do our family plans, but I don't think so, because we probably always also gonna have some breakfast that are getting made. Or in this case, lunch or something. Just gotta ensure I have lots of room for food, because I love gourmet. And La Habrea was all too eager to assume her responsibilities, with nary a moment to spare to mourn her. What love do I owe him now, when he offered none at the drop of compassion then? Damn, La Habrea. I see. She's no longer with us. An expression to convey the end of a life. I have known only the public face of La Habrea. Now he is lauded for his ability to maintain composure in the face of unnerving circumstances. I must admit that he oft comes across as cold. Apologies, but can we speak of something else? This topic isn't an easy one for me to discuss. Of course, there are more pressing matters at hand. After all, namely how to deal with Hesperos. We have yet to see the other warders. Judging by what we know, we can surmise that Hesperos has confined them somewhere beyond our grasp. And now that he is aware of our presence, he will be preparing for our next encounter. We cannot expect to face him on equal footing, quite the opposite in fact. Every moment we spend chasing after the creations is another moment Hesperos can contrive another advantage for himself. The wisest course would be to confine him first and foremost. Yes. He said that he has become one with the creations. Perhaps that means he has found a road to interment. In theory, that should be possible. However, is it enough to merely confine him after all he has done? I need to know why. I need to know what drove him to forsake everything he's worked for. Was it truly all that he could serve as master? To my mind, he's merely put Larbray's own work at risk in trade for some nebulous power. Larbray is the chief keyword of Pandæmonium. Now, how would throwing it into disarray win his favor? It doesn't make any sense. I share your curiosity, but we must return. We must... Wait, okay, I share your curiosity, but we must consider that our enemy has us at the disadvantage in every sense. What do you think? Should we seek to put him in feathers, or would it be too dangerous to allow him to quarter? Allow him quarter. If you fail to confine him, I can always strike him down. Yes, I can strike him down. Nothing as ever, I see. I know not which trials you have faced in your past, but see you so certain is all the convincing I need. Very well, let us try and Richtoonio's plan. Thank you, Harrow. Let's go. I believe we can shed some light on the nature of our foe. When Hespero spoke with us, I noticed he bore telltale fangs of the Freakolacus, a beast which feeds off the eater of its prey. Likely that is a creation Hesperos merged his essence with. And we know all too well that he can change the environment around himself at will. The battle will not be an easy one, but I believe in our victory. A bit cold. Even though my AC is on, the fourth circle is now accessible. All right, before going queue up, I'm gonna go to the toilets real quick. I'll be right back, chat. Gotta take a quick piss break. Yay. Tea break over chat. Let's go. Have a nice evening, DG. Queuing now. Oh, 7. While waiting for the queue, we're gonna go and do some more content over in Tefnir. I'm happy I'm getting a lot of this stuff that I need for it. Oh, wait, I need to look out to that side. There we go. Good, he can't see me. Sneaky breaky time. We're waiting for it to pop. Boy, the event led you to a suspicious looking Arkasodara man. Oh, you're a proper little scoundrel, aren't you? Nice work, I'll fence the rest of the goods and then get you... Then you'll get your cut. God damn it, Rakashia, I told you to check for tails. You want your family to learn of our arrangement, now run! The robbers have fled westwards. Chase after them. These are cool, nice. Apologies, Harrow. I intend to circle around as planned, but when I heard he yelled at the child, my rage could not be contained. Grandmother always said, those who prey on the weak are undeserving of mercy, so I beat them senseless. Full of Matanga. When he wakes, he will find himself in the custody of the Radiant Host. Yes, I'm sorry you got hurt because of me. And I'm sorry for taking your belongings. Why did you accept the young one? It is a brave thing to admit when you are wrong. Help me explain the situation to your lawkeepers, and we can steer you back on to the right path. If you say so, miss. I'll call this refuse to the nearest guardhouse. Pray inform Kana of our success. Pet Chocobo. Oh. Let's go. The final raid of today. Yay. And then we go. And then we will go and raid out. Yay. After a couple of more thingies. Hemiteos Hesperos. I like the music. Let's go. Okay, I need to figure out how this one works. Ah, the carpets. AR. I had a feeling about that. Decollation. Fine. Oh, fuck. I guess that's a wipe. Oh, wait, no, it's not a wipe. Aurora, you're our only hope! Oh yeah, that's a wipe. I'm gonna take a fucking soul with. Okay, there we go. Wait. Let me actually eat some good better food real quick. Phase one, what he started us off with this one again. Fine X. Collision. Setting the scene. R X C. Yes, I did as well. There we go. Hell's Cure. Okay. What do I need to do? There you go. And you shall feast upon our eater. No, you won't. Too long coils. I need to be in this one. I got it in time. Oh shit. The asshole. Oh! Oh! Oh no! We can do this. Revive at me, please. Never mind. GG, well played. The battle was fun though. Nosferatu. Oh. I got Nosferatu, let's go! No, Timus, we end this here. Fools, I will not be put in chains. To think that I would fall before one such as you. Perhaps I should have treated you more than a mere as more than a mere nuisance. Despite your victory, you shall never have the knowledge you seek. The secrets of my transformations, the secrets of my deception, they shall return to the star with me. You are wasting your breath, Hesperos. We have the upper hand now. Surely you can see that. Yes, my repertoire is not yet exhausted yet, however. Although I have failed, my end shall be on my terms. I remain loyal to my very last. Come what may, I die with dignity. How did your ambition lead you so astray, Hesperos? You were better than that. Your star shone more brightly than any other in Pandæmonium. You had Lahabrea's respect, his trust. What more did you seek? That you would forsake all that and sully your legacy besides. He became so blinded by his own desires that he lost sight of his duty. All in the end, he lost everything. His plans lie in tatters. I fail to see any dignity in that. Even so, I would have liked to know why he chose this path. As Perlos' infatuation with your father was his undoing. Perhaps he was so jealous that fate had chosen you and not him to be Lahabrea's son. So terrible did this jealousy become that he sought the verboten power that Lahabrea would be unable to ignore. How does a pursuit or respect warp one's heart so? How does infatuation with one person turn into contempt for everyone else? I've never heard of such a thing. It happens, but that doesn't mean it's right. I see. I admit I cannot find it vexing. Perhaps that signifies naught but my own capacity for bitterness. I do understand that what it is to have a beacon to follow in the dark times. Should a person do you trust to guide you through how it is to desperately wish their lives would fall upon you again? But we have spent enough time assuming the intentions of the departed. There are still the living to consider. We must find the other wardens and round up the remaining creations forthwith. Of that, at least, we can be certain. I believe I can be of help in that matter. The influence of Hesperos' magic is fading throughout Delos. Now is the perfect opportunity to seize control of the facilities and restore things to their original state. Seize control? Can you really do that? I guess I can. What is this presence? Erectonius, what lies beyond that threshold? That's the passage which connects Asphodelos to Abyssos. Why? Be your guard, you two. Now that Asphodelos is free of obstructions, I can easily sense disturbances in lower levels. Something stirs in Abyssos. That doesn't sound good. A warning signal, how? Let's return to the gate for now. I should like to appraise the situation from there. Needless to say, our investigation is far from over. Yes. Although we have defeated Hesperos, it appears we have but scratched the surface of Pandæmonium's troubles. My head is still swimming with questions, but could this mean that Hesperos wasn't actually behind this? It's a stark possibility, yes. The root of this crisis may lie somewhere much deeper than even Abyssos. When we first encountered you, you said the memories of your escape were fake and that your senses were muddied. I believe there was more than the result of a panicked mind. You were made to feel this way by a powerful magical influence. It is possible that this same magic could have poisoned Hesperos' heart, twisting his affection for Labray into a burning obsession. Then, in his altered state, he was made an offer of power that he could not refuse. Wait, are you suggesting that someone else turned Hesperos into that thing? If so, it stands to reason that they wouldn't stop him at him. Indeed, our mysterious mastermind does not lack for subjects. For his experiments for more potential hemateoi. If what you're saying is true, then my colleagues, they're doomed to share the same fate as Hesperos. Do not lose heart yet, Tonios. Hesperos challenged us alone, and that tells me that the process of his creation was a long and taxing one. If he was the first hemateos, then the rest of the warders are likely still alive. However, much as I would like to hasten deeper into Pandæmonium, the way forward is sealed off. We must focus our efforts on finding a way through. With the creation still having free reign of Asphodelos, that won't be easy. On the contrary, I yet retain control of these circles, and thus can wield intermittent magic within the halls. The creatures will pose no threat to us. Just like that, then nothing's stopping us from returning order to Asphodelos. Just so, I shall require your expertise to keep the peace after the subjects have been returned to their confinement. However, you are Asphodelos' sole remaining warder after all. To be told, I did not expect this investigation to become so involved, of course. I would like to resolve matters here without resorting to outside help, but... You mean to send a report to La Habrea? It's too soon to say. Let us first find a way into Abyssos. It would be best to withhold our judgment until we have ascertained the whereabouts of the other warriors and the identity of the party responsible for the disappearance. Agreed. Even so, if it means saving a single life at Pandæmonium, then I am within the Pandæmonium, then I'm not above asking La Habrea for help, should it come to that. Recent discoveries certainly paint Hesperos' actions in a new light. The number of unknown elements in this investigation grows, and we must proceed forward with the utmost caution. To that end, Tonios and I shall remain here for the time being. Much as I enjoy your company, I do not believe we shall be needing protection so long as we remain in Asphodelos. You should take this time to rest. Surely you are weary, and there may be more battles ahead of us. The team's burden may grow heavier in your absence, but he's shown that he's more than capable to bear it. Still, I would like help wheresoever I'm able. All we've achieved so far has been thanks to you two, and I mean to repay the debt I owe. I don't know what a use I can be outside of placating the creatures, but I'll find a way. Evening's over. Nonsense. Also, Happy Christmas, Merry Christmas. Hi, Sena. Merry Christmas. Nonsense, you owe us nothing. It was thanks to your knowledge of the... No, I basically just did the fourth circle, so basically I am done with Pandæmonium for now. For this patch, I'm done with Pandæmonium after this quest. Nonsense, you owe us nothing. It was thanks to your knowledge of the magics which govern this place that we were able to come this far. Elsewise, we would have likely succumbed to the hippocampus's assault. Each of us has arrived at the dire pass by separate paths. But this only by combining our respective expertise that we will reach the end of it and see Pandæmonium saved. Thank you. Themis Hesperos's words seem to have affected me more than I realize. Together we have come this far, and together we will reach the end. I have no doubt we will. Even so, let us allow Harrow her rest. Besides, you have someone awaiting a report of your progress, yes? I dare say your story will be much more than I ever imagined. Basically, I cannot continue Pandæmonium until I reach and finish the MSQ for 2.0. Or no, not 2.0, 6.2. I have searched up when the next part of Pandæmonium starts, basically. Cruising out, Claudian. Welcome back, welcome, Harrow. Back from the past, none the worse for wear, I see. So, what did you find? I have gone to Pandæmonium. So there is evil food in Pandæmonium, an already ominous place, I must say. Mythic beasts and missing waters. Truly we are fortunate to see you return to the West in one piece. It appears the voice Harrow heard from the crystal spoke the truth. As for who left it behind and why, those are yet questions to be answered. Indeed, it could be someone who lived among the ancients, or it should be someone trying to avert the tragedy from the future. Much remains shrouded in mystery. Yet, ilm by ilm, we shall unveil that mystery. With the help of Harrow, of course, by her actions was the fabric of the past reshaped. That she returned to the same present she left. Which can only mean one thing. That her intervention in Pandæmonium's crisis is but one of the countless building blocks of history upon which our present has been built. There's no telling what consequences would arise if we stopped pursuing this matter now. Whatever plot is unraveling within Pandæmonium, we must not let it reach its conclusion. If one of those creatures should escape, what ripples would it carry forward to the future? They might wreak havoc upon the world of the ancients, and their despair would leave an indelible mark upon history's pages. That despair would only feed the terrible beast that arose during the final days. The first final days already had a drastic effect on the eons that followed. If the scars it left were made even deeper, then we risk losing our present entirely. Whatever the cost, our connection with the future of Elpis must be preserved. I know I have asked much of you already, but can I count on you to continue your work in Pandæmonium? Yes. Of course. But not for now. Your tireless efforts are much appreciated. If there is aught we can do to ease your burden, you need only say the words. Speaking of which, might you return the crystal in store keeping while we cannot accompany you to the past? Perhaps something can be gained by researching it further. Picking it out. Forget. Here you go. Just assure don't give the wrong crystal. He shines just as splendidly as the day we met. We shall begin work right away, but I cannot promise any meaningful results for some time. And as matters in Elpis seem to be in a similar state, I must ask that you rest. But before that, allow me to make an introduction. As our research moves into its critical stage, it is only suitable. I found it only suitable to recruit another assistant. Myleni is an expert in armaments from throughout history, be they from the far-flung past or made in the most modern forges. Should you find aught of interest in your adventures, bring it here and she will be glad to offer her services. We know researchers in numerous fields that would love to get their hands on artifacts from bygone eras, and would give you goods in return that should aid you in the trials ahead. Furthermore, if you ever wish to peruse the records of events you have reported here, Nemgigi has been taking faithful and thorough notes. She is at your complete disposal. I sense that we have embarked upon something monumental. Something that will dwarf all else I have accomplished in my many years of research. I can think of no greater honor, nor reassurance than to have your capable assistance in this endeavor. If there is anything to be found that will contribute to your success, we shall find it. We shall not rest until we have unlocked the mysteries of this crystal, and you will be the first to know when we do. Huzzah! I can't do this one yet, sadly. This one is literally... Wait, an unwelcome visitor. Let me check real quick. Yeah, an unwelcome visitor is from patch 6.2. So we have 2 entire patches before we can continue this. We can continue pandas. Oh wait, this is recount the tales of us. This is, I guess, unlocking the savages. Professor Claudian has asked me to write the detailed records of your investigation. If you wouldn't mind staying for a while, I would ask you to tell me more of your adventures in the past. We're not gonna do the savages though yet. Adventures that started with that mysterious crystal, seemingly containing a message declaring a crashing pandemonium, of course. Yes. As for this. And then GG, I've brought the volume you asked for, but are you quite certain we need all of this just to research the crystal? Some of these habits of aquatic life forms are myths and folklore of the phoenix, for example, have seem to have little bearing on the subject. In fact, many of these domes seem to be related to the creatures of Pandæmonium Hero spoke of. Surely we have better things to do with our time. Hero has already encountered and subdued them. What you could offer further insight of her? On the contrary, Rusunao, we would be remiss in our duty as academics not to take every opportunity to learn more of these subjects. To view creatures of bygone times through the lens of modern science is a dream some of you have the chance to achieve. Of course, I'll not deny a personal interest in the matter. As I thought. Well, there were enough relevant volumes for me to fulfill your request this once. If you wish to sate your appetite for knowledge again, might you do so on your own time? Shall we proceed? Tell me everything you remember. And please, spare not a single detail. I don't easily frighten you, may be assured. We might start... Yes, okay. Okay, yeah, there we go. All the descriptions are re-given. Good. Thank you for this priceless information. While I am disappointed I couldn't behold your foes with my own eyes, your stories have given me more than enough to write sufficiently lurid. I mean, thorough descriptions. Perhaps you... Yeah, okay. This dialogue is boring me now. Just give me the fucking savages already. Let's go. Yeah. Too much reading. Are we making records or creating fairy tales? Yes, there we go. Savage is out stable. Not that I have time to do though yet, and I guess I have to learn all of us. But first, Pandæmonium relics exchange, unsung relics. Samurai this. There we go. New gear unlocked. I do kind of want to get this gear as soon as possible though. But yeah, chat, I guess we're gonna complete this quest. And then we're gonna go and raid out, shall we? Yes, it might have been a shorter stream, but we have done all of Pandæmonium Part 1. Let's go. So, who shall we raid out to for this Christmas? So let me know if you have a raid targets, of course. Can I? Okay, is everything alright? Harold told me what happened. Oh, as well, they began interrogating the man before I left, and he was blubbering about where he stashed the stolen goods. The soldiers planned to recover the cash and return the items to their rightful owners. Praise be to the sisters. There were certain personal articles, things very dear to me that I thought lost forever. Oh, I should also mention Rakashir, our boy thief. It seems his parents were out of work and begging for scraps. His were crimes of necessity, and after seeing the considerable remorse he showed for his actions, I decided to let him keep the coin he took from me, as well as my share of the reward from the Radiant Host. Grandmother has always said, children are the greatest treasures of all. I can hardly let him and his family starve now, can I? How will you pay for your passage now? I can earn it back easy enough, and since I've taken my fare of the Arca Sodara, there's no need to rush. I will take my time and explore all of the wonders this island has to offer. Thank you, Harrow, for staying by my side this long, but I think I can continue on alone. Speaking of which, Kankana, have you any new tasks available? Ah, my dear Ogo, I have a perfect job for you. I actually have business with the employer myself, so we can head off together if you like. Yep. Kankana. Or is it Kansana? That's the question. And I think it's Kankana. There you go, Harrow. I hadn't forgotten your half of the reward. May your adventures be many and your hunt successful. Thank you. So I guess for the next stream, we can either do. Oh wait, I said that I was gonna do the deep dungeon, and the deep dungeon. Yes, Saturday will be deep dungeon. Yes. That day will be the deep dungeon. But we also need to do this one. But wait, since I'm going to be streaming from the day, we can start with this one. And then do the deep dungeon. Yeah, that will be the plan. Yes. I will, of course, continue leveling all of my other classes. So yeah, I will see you all next time then. Let's just go and have ourselves our way, of course, and let's go right out, shall we? There's also the middle. It's already like 13 over 30 minutes past midnight, so yeah, let's go right out if anybody is available for me today. What? Let's see. Any other people playing Final Fantasy right now? Let's see. You know what? Let's go to. Let's go to Lina Paperino. She's doing post Shadowbringers, so some nice content. Lina, yes, thank you. Also, Merry Christmas to you all, Lina Paperino. Fuck's sake, squats first, then we go right out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that correct? Let's see. That looks correct, I think. Yeah. Alright, chat. See you all next time. Bye-bye. Here is the... oh, before I forget. Here are my socials. And here is our rate message. Good night, everybody. And have a nice... have some nice... every nice holidays.